Hello friends, welcome back to the channel of Clinical Care Insight. Today we will start one chapter, and the chapter name is Host Parasite Relationship. Fine. Under this chapter we will discuss about what are how the pathogens will enters in the body, and how they cause the disease, means how they attached in human body parts. Fine. And we will also see the pathogenicity as well as the virulence. These are the disease producing capacity is called as the pathogenicity. We will also deal with the pathogens. We already created one playlist. The chapter name is General Characteristics of Microbes. And under that chapter we were discussed already about the basic introduction of microbiology. Let's recall once again. The microbiology is basically the study of microbes, and the microbes are tiny organisms which you cannot see, or including me, we cannot see by our naked eye, isn't it? We cannot see by our naked eye. Fine. But for seeing the microbes we need a proper magnifying apparatus that we term as a microscope. Understood? No problem. Then we go depth and we seen about that microbes are diverse. Fine. It may be the bacteria, it may be the protozoa, it may be the viruses, virions, and as well as the prions. Fine. Most of the organism which causes the disease in humans, they are mostly the bacteria. Bacteria are the potential the disease causing agent, and disease causing agents we termed as a pathogens. Understood? No problem. Then we went ahead and we seen about the bacteriology, we seen about mycology, we seen the parasitology. Understood? And we also seen about the bacterial growth curve. Understood? Fine. No problem. And my humble request is that those videos are half screen. You can zoom it and watch it. And if you want any further clarification, you can comment down. We would like to answer your queries, answers your comments. Fine. Now in today's lecture is like it's interactive lecture, and I must say it's a kind of giving one kind of insight that why we are saying that human body is unique. Even though the characteristics which we are going to study in this lecture, this is also present in the lower organism, but in us they are more functional. Fine. They are more functional. I will not wait you more. The topic which we are going to discuss today is normal flora. Fine. Normal flora. So before describing this term, let's go and see today's lecture's outline. We will see the introduction of normal flora, then distribution of normal flora in body, then about their classification and human microbiome project. Fine. You probably heard about the human genome project, in which all the functions of the gene, number of the genes is enlisted. Understood? And this human microbiome project is basically the based on human genome project. Human genome project. Now that what you think, what you have the observation about your body. Are you living alone? No, we are referring the term isolation. But if we see in a molecular level, we cannot live isolated. Why I am saying we cannot live isolated? Because there are millions or trillions of these microorganisms. They are living in us or on us. Fine. They are living in us, on us. Two things, mark my words. I am using in and on. in and on. Okay, so these microorganisms, they are living in, okay, or on us. Fine. This in, what denotes? The endo, isn't it? And on denotes exo. No problem. Fine. So we can say the endogenous, okay, exogenous. Understood? So some of the organisms, they are endogenous and they are living in us, within us, isn't it? And there are some organisms which is living on us. Understood? No problem. So now onwards, don't use word the isolation. You cannot be isolated. No, you cannot be isolated. If you are like, yeah, you can say socially, you can say social isolation. Yeah, the word is defined and like, you know, it's amazing. Social isolation, isn't it? That's fine. It can happen. Social isolation, it can happen. But if you talked about the micro isolation, micro level isolation, it won't happen. Or if it's happened, you will die. Okay, we will die if there will be a complete isolation. If there will be a complete isolation, then persons won't live alive. Okay, they cannot live. They cannot live. Now you may thinking, okay, these organisms are that much, you can say, crucial for us, that much important for us. Yes, these tiny organisms, okay, they are very, very useful for us. Initially we developed one concept. We said, okay, all the microbes are not, you can say, the harmful for us, isn't it? We developed this concept that all microbes are not harmful for us. Some of the microbes are very useful. We are using those microbes on daily basis. Fine, like production of the curd, lactobacillus acidophils we are using. Fine, baker's yeast, okay, behaviorase, and the 20th century, you can say, blessing, the antibiotics, all are obtained from the microorganisms, isn't it? But these normal flora, they are living in us, you can say, the millions of years ago. Okay, since the human, you can say, evolution started, these normal, you can say, flora, they are living in us. Now, why I'm not defining this word normal flora? The first time, the word flora, first time is used by one biologist named as Carlos Linnaeus. Carlos Linnaeus. Probably you heard this name, okay, in your previous, you can say, classes. You heard this name. Carlos Linnaeus is given the two kingdom, you can say, the binomial nomenclature by which each species have the two name. Understanding? No problem. So Carlos Linnaeus first time used the word, two words he used. The first word he used is as is showing here, that's called flora. Fine. And another word he used is fauna. Okay. Fauna means the organism who can move, so the movements. Fine. So under this, the animals, including us, is categorized. No problem. Now the flora words means plants, okay, and the microorganisms like bacteria. Understood? They won't show the movement. Okay, the movement we cannot observe. Fine, the bacteria have the movement, they have the motility. Understood? But generally, the plant and bacteria, they won't show the movement. Okay, they won't show the movement. So this flora word, okay, this flora words represents the plant and the bacteria, okay, used by the Carlos Linnaeus, represents the microorganism which is residing in or on us. Are you understanding? The flora word means the microorganisms which is living in or us as far as the human is concerned. Understood? But generally the flora word is used for the plants. Flora word is used to the plants. Now for you can say that overcoming the confusion, researchers or scientists, they uses the alternative terms. You can say as time passed, they use some of the alternative names for this normal flora. They also called it as a human microbiota. Human microbiota. Microbiota means, you can say, a collection of all the microorganisms. Fine, the collection of all the microorganisms is called as the microbiota. Fine, no problem. They are also called as microbiomes. Fine, human microbiomes. No problem. Okay. And another one is also called as the microflora. Fine, the microflora is the old name, so I will write it ahead. Microflora. Understood? So in old textbook, yet these words are present, the microflora, these words are used. Fine, but in modern research you came across these words called human microbiota. Okay, you can say human microbiomes. Fine, and normal flora. These are the some alternative words, okay, which denotes the microorganism which is present in or on us. Now, the microorganisms which present in us, they are called as endoparasites. No problem. And the microorganism which living on us, they are called as exoparasites. Exo words denotes on, endo, inside. Understood? So the parasites, okay, the parasite means the organism which can live in or on us. No problem. Now what is mean by the host? Isn't it? Host means an organism where this parasite can live. The organism where the parasite can live, they are referred as a host. Okay, so this normal flora is living in us, okay, or on us, so we are a host, okay, in respect to this normal flora. Understood? Fine, no problem. Now once you understood the meaning, okay, remember the normal flora, microflora, human microbiota, human micro, you can say biome, these all are the alternative words. Fine, these are the older historical aspect, because Carlos Linnaeus used the first time this flora and fauna. Okay, so scientists were thinking, okay, fine, the microorganisms won't show the movement. Okay, on that very one time, you can say the microscopes are not advanced, so they are used the flora word. Okay, and they termed, why they are calling normal flora? Why they are calling normal flora? There must be any reason? No. Why they are referred as a normal flora? The thing is, these organisms which is living in or on us in the form of endoparasite and exoparasites, yeah, they are not harmful for us. Okay, you can say the conditions are applied, which we will see ahead. But normally, if you maintain your normal physiology, these microbes are not harmful. Rather, they are beneficial for us. Write it down. In normal physiological condition, normal physiological conditions, they are not harmful. They are not harmful, okay? Rather, they are beneficial. Fine, no problem. Now, in which way they are benefiting us? In which way they are beneficial for us? Okay, the question arises, okay, understood, this normal flora, they are not harmful, fine, and they are beneficial, okay, but which way they are beneficial? They are beneficial in so many contexts. There is a broader perspective, okay, and that all are, you can say, revealed under the projects called Human Microbiome Project. Fine. So when we will discuss the human microbiome project, we will see the beneficiary, but for a while, for your patience purpose, I am just you can say list down some of the functions. Okay, they maintain the normal health status, normal health regulation. Okay, these, you know that they are the microbes. Fine. And they have the different kind of, you can say, the protein, the genetic, you can say, machinery. They have the different. Fine. And for us, we have the different kind of genetic, you can say, machinery. Understood? So what happened? Normally when we born, okay, in this environment, this beautiful planet, we born as a sterile. We come from the sterile environment. Okay, initially we don't have this flora. Understood? But nowadays a research shows some of the, you can say, these microorganisms, or we are referring as a normal flora or microflora, they can be inherited from mothers. They can be inherited in terms of the normal female vagina. They also have some of the this normal flora. Fine. So during the delivery process, okay, it also depends that which mode the delivery is happening. Is it a normal vaginal or a C-section? Fine. So it depends upon the mode of, you can say, the mode of, you can say, gestation, how this, you can say, the parturition is happening, how the delivery is happening, it depends. Fine. So if it's a vaginal, then some of the, you can say, the vaginal microflora, okay, they can transmit to the newborns. But initially, okay, we born as in a sterile environment. Fine. We interact with foods, isn't it? We eat some foods, we interact with environment, we interact with other humans, okay, and we acquire some of the microflora. Fine. Some of the microorganisms which is living in us peacefully. Understood? Which is living in us peacefully. They neither give any benefit nor any harm. Okay, remember, I am saying neither giving any help nor giving any harm. Okay, but I said, I am confined with my words, I said it's a beneficial, but previously it was thought, okay, they are like a commensal organism. Write it, the word, the term, commensal. You came across in the textbook, commensal. Commensalism is a kind of ecological interaction. Okay, this story, as you are seeing, that someone is living within you or living on us, these are not for you, this is not limited for you only, or not limited for us only. This story is very old. Okay, fine. You will probably studied about it in the ecology section, where you've seen that there are animals, okay, there are animals where there are different kind of bacteria and viruses they are living. Okay, they are living. Sometimes they are helping the host. Okay, the parasites helping the host. Fine. Sometimes they are not, they are harming. Fine. And sometimes they are not doing at all. They are not harming them, and also that they are not beneficial. Are you following? Yeah? Fine. So commensal means the organisms which is living, this normal flora, they are getting benefit. Okay? But for us, we are neutral. We are not giving either the harm nor the benefits. So it was the previous concept. But now research shows, okay, there is a potential benefit. Fine. There is a potential benefit from this microbiota or microbiome, or we can say the normal flora or microflora for us. Understood? One of the function, as I said, they maintaining the normal health. Understood? And as I'm saying you that, okay, normally we born in a sterile environment, we acquire these organisms. So in initial time period, our immune system need, you can say, the checking. Fine. Our immune system initially, when we are born in infancy state, understood, our immune system need to be a strength. Okay. So in order to do a strength, these microbiomes, okay, they will interact gently with our, you can say, the premature immune system. fine, and they boosting, because if they interact, they are foreigners, fine, they interact with the our native immune cells, then our immune cells slowly got activated. So one of the function you should write it down is, you can say, enhancing the immunity, or boosting the immunity, fine. We are getting the booster dose, and these are our already natural boosters, fine, understood. Now the one word you should also write it down is called mutualism, fine. The mutual means both getting the benefit. It's also one kind of ecological interaction where the host as well as the parasite both are getting the benefit, okay. So you should write it down here. Only you can say the parasite is getting the benefit, where the host is neither getting benefit not any harm. But in the case of mutualism, okay, the mutual interaction, both getting the benefits, fine. So it is called as the mutual benefits. So this normal flora, some of the normal flora, they are mutualistic in nature, understood. Some of the normal flora, they are, you can say, commensal in nature. Are you getting the points? Fine. And some are not doing at all. They are not doing anything. They are just only getting their nutrition, and they are, you can say, living, enhancing their population. They are not doing anything. Now, as I said, that these microflora, they are involved in the disease process, okay. They are involved in the disease process. Write it down from, they are involved in disease processes. Why? Because this normal flora, it is like a blessing for us. They are enhancing our immunity, giving so many, you can say, the nutrient. We will see that some of these microfloral organisms, they are giving, you can say, the protein, or you can say some of the vitamin K given by the Escherichia coli, understood. But how they are involved in the disease process? How? In which way? See, when due to, you can say, underlying etiology, underlying cause, we acquire some of the diseases, fine, some of the diseases. On that very moment, you can say, the causative agent for that disease, which will compete for the nutrition with this normal flora. And if that organism is potential enough to displace this normal flora from their natural location, okay, it means they will cause a disease. Are you getting my point? Not, we can understood by one diagram, simple. See, here is your okay, fine. Here is your stomach, fine, and there are some natural flora which is living peacefully, understood. Now there is a introduction of another harmful, a disease causing, you can say, organism, fine, disease causing organism. Now they come in this environment. Now they are potential enough to displace these microorganisms, because the nutrition is limited. This normal flora which is living, eating their food in the stomach peacefully, fine. But now when the another, you can say, the exogenous microorganism is introduced in their, you can say, the place. These are the potential, you can say, they can displace these microorganisms, and either they can, you can say, displace above or down, okay. So remember, when they are displaced from their natural location, and they went, maybe they come in this environment, they can eat this environment, then this normal flora, they can cause a disease. Are you getting my points? Yeah. When they are displaced from the, you can say, the natural place, they can cause a disease. Otherwise, they are living on their place, they will not harm, okay, they will not harm for us. Now, And side by side you are also getting that whenever any organism come in our system, okay, whenever any, you can say, organisms come in our system, along with the immune cell, along with our bodyguards, these, they were also fight. This is, they also fight. The normal flora organisms, they also fight. Fight for what? Fight for their nutrition. Okay, they are, you can say, not a coded by any specific kind of, you can say, the receptors. They don't have any antibody producing ability. Yeah, but they will compete with the, you can say, the exogenous organism just because of their nutrition purpose. Just because of their nutrition purpose. So one way to understand the benefits of these microflora is that microflora won't allow the organism to come to reside, okay, because they, you can say, they are master, they are protecting their nutrient, okay, and by that way they are helping us. In turn, we are getting the benefits. No, we are getting the benefits. So that's the one way why they are involved in the disease process, just because of their displacement, dislocation, we can say. Understood? No problem. Now let's summarize it once again. What we studied that we cannot live isolated. Okay, we cannot live isolated as far as, you can say, the complete isolation is concerned. Yeah, socially you can isolate, mentally you can isolate, yeah, but you can say the micro level you cannot isolate. No, there are why this normal flora interested, you know what, like there is an estimate that 100 trillion, this is a large number, yeah, 100 trillion microflora are residing in us. Microflora are residing in us. That much number of, you can say, the organism. No problem. Understanding? So we are studying the normal flora, okay, the concept we developed, we cannot live completely isolated. The second thing is, normal flora represent the organisms, those organisms which are living naturally in us, yeah, which are living naturally in us, fine, or on us. If they are living in us, we are referred those organisms as a endoparasite. Okay, and the organisms which living on us naturally, they are not harming, okay, unless until they are not displaced from their natural location, so they are referred as a exoparasite. No problem, easy to understand. Now then we said that the flora word is first time used by the Carolus Linnaeus, okay, a father of taxonomy, understood? The flora represents the plants and bacteria, whereas the fauna represents the moving creatures, like the animals, fine. So these flora words, they are present in the old textbook, but nowadays it is displaced, okay, it is changed by the word, or you can say they are like alternative words are developed, okay, and one of them are the human microbiota, another one is called as human microbiomes, okay, another one is called as the microflora, fine, no problem. Now under the normal physiological conditions, okay, they are not harmful for us, fine, but they are beneficial for us under the normal physiological condition, fine. Then we seen they are showing the two kind of, you can say, the ecological interaction. The first ecological interaction is commensalism, means they are getting the benefit, but we are not getting any, you can say, the benefit or any harm, fine. Another one is the mutualistic interaction, fine. In the mutualism, what is happening, both the host, that is us, and this microflora, both are getting the benefit, fine. Then we developed one concept that the researchers told that they are involved in the disease process, okay, they are involved in the disease process. Then how they are involved? The first thing is they are the blessing for us, like we are getting the so many things from this microflora. Then why they are involved in the disease process? Just because they are displaced from their natural location, fine. Their identity is associated with their native place. Are you getting the points? Their identity is, you can say, associated with their native place. Their function is, you can say, dependent, harmonious, you can say the function is dependent upon their location. Are you getting the point? Remember the things that the biofluids, fine, and the tissue which is present in us, they are not, you can say, the symmetrical in entire the body, okay? They differ part by part, they are differed. So you can say they harbor the normal, you can say the one specific kind of the organisms. They are not, you can say, they are not, these parts are not able to nourish every kind of, you can say, the organism. Fine. So they have the, you can say, very specific kind of, you can say, nurturing of a specific organism. No problem. Understood? Now, once you understood the basic concept about the normal flora, let's move ahead and discuss some of the distribution, how they are distributed, okay, and what things comes under the normal flora. Two things first we discuss, and then let's move. Now you understood the meaning of the host, yeah, fine, and also you understood the parasite, meaning of the parasite. Now let's go ahead and discuss their location, their distribution, okay, how they are distributed, okay. Now what do you think, how they are distributed? Yeah, the thing is, we born, fine, we born sterile, we born as a sterile, you can say our body was sterile when we born in this environment, then our body is sterile. It means these microflora we acquired, yeah. So this microflora we acquired means this microflora will not present in our deeper organs, isn't it? Because you can say the interaction, the parts which is interact with the environment is mainly the skin, yeah, along with the skin our GIT, okay, the, you can say, the reproductive tract, okay, the urinary tract, they are, you can say, interacting with the environment, okay, fine, they are continuously interacting with the environment. It means these parts have the potential chance, okay, potential chance to nourish these, you can say, the normal flora, isn't it? So now we are discussing the distribution of normal flora in body. Distribution of normal flora in our body. So as I said that we acquired this, you can say, the organisms, fine, and for acquiring purpose we know that the parts which is involved in the interaction of the environment, and they have the higher chance to, you can say, the reside these microflora. So the parts are first and foremost is your skin, understood, then mouth, okay, then this GIT, gastrointestinal tract, clear, then reproductive tract, fine, then the urinary tract, okay. So these are the some of the parts where these normal flora they are living, fine, they are living peacefully, understood, no problem. Now till now we didn't understood that the word microflora we are referring, it contains what kind of organism? Because organisms are diverse, the microbes are diverse, we've seen microbes are the bacteria, viruses, protozoa, fungi, fine, different types of parasite, isn't it? So this microflora contain what? Microflora majorly they contain bacteria, fine, but there can be fungi, okay, then there can be the viruses, okay, then there are different types of, you can say, parasites, okay, no problem. then some of the, you can say, the protists, even the some of the micro animals, okay, some of the micro animals, fine, they are living in us. So these are the some of the, you can say, microflora containing organism. These are the microfloric organism. First one is the bacteria, it's a majorly, okay, it's a major. Then we have fungi, we have viruses, we have the parasites, okay, protists, and some of the micro animals, fine, like the nematodes, okay. Understood? No problem. And these are the distributed, you can say, the parts of distribution is skin, mouth, GIT, reproductive tract, and urinary tract. Understood? And the organs like the spleen, you can say kidney, they are sterile. Okay, they usually won't have these, you can say, the microflora. No problem, they won't have the microflora. Understood? Now, once we understood the distribution of normal flora in the body, let's move ahead and discuss their classification. Okay, their classification. We will see, okay, in the further lecture, we will see that with the names of, you can say, the organism, microfloric organism, which is living on their skin, okay, and how they can cause a disease, okay, and which way they are protecting us, fine. We will see in mouth, we will see in the GIT, reproductive tract, and urinary tract, fine. But for a while, you just understand that this is their distribution places. This is their distribution places. Understanding? No problem. Now, let's go with the classification. Go with the classification of normal flora. Normal flora are classified into the two categories. Fine. The one category is a native. Understood? The one category is a native, or you can say there is a natural residency. Fine. The one is native. Okay, or you can say the natural resident. Natural resident. Fine. And in one category, the organism, okay, which fall, okay, they are not a native, you can say they are an exogenous organism. Exogenous organism, fine. And they are transient. They are transient. Transient means they can be, you can say, replaced. Fine, they can be replaced. So they are called as the transient. They are transient. Now, there is a specific name. Fine. The organisms which are native, they are called as the autochthonous flora. They are called as the autochthonous, fine, flora. No problem. And the organism which are not a, you can say, permanent, okay, not a, you can say, the permanent native, fine, and not a natural residents, they are referred as a allochthonous flora. They are referred as a allochthonous flora. Now you are wise enough, you can tell me which have the ability to cause a disease. They are naturally present, and we make the conclusion that the naturally present microflora, okay, normally naturally present microflora, microbiome, microbiota, okay, fine. These normal microbiomes, they are not harmful, means they are not involved generally, okay, there are conditions applied which we've seen already, fine. They are not generally involved in the diseases, they are not causing the diseases, by their own choice, fine. But this allocathonas flora, which is not a endogenous, okay, they are not native, which we acquired, okay, this they can cause a disease, so they are involved in the disease processes, fine. So if we talked about the classification of microflora, there are two types of classification, the based on the resistancy, based on the natural, you can say the location, fine. Those organisms, those microfloric, you can say the organisms which are living naturally in us, they are referred as the autochthonous flora, autochthonous flora, understood. And the organisms which we acquire, they are transient, okay, by, you can say the little effort, they can went out, they can go away, understood. They are called as the allocathonas flora, understood, no problem. Now once you understood the classification of the normal flora, okay, microflora you can say, as well as you can say the microbiota, human microbiota, you can also say it as the human microbiome, human microbiome. Now let's study the human microbiome.